welcome to the continuation of this. Let's get this started. To be continued. I'm clicking it. Come on. Can I not click it? No. 20 minutes ago, 19 minutes ago. Faith don't like you. I need it, please. I wanna... Oh, come on, man. You didn't do that to me. Well, let's go on to septiplier again. All I have to do is just type in sept. There we go, sept. All I have to do is put septi. See, we already did that one. The club, the K-I-K. It just looks wrong, or sounds wrong. Septiplier, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, YouTube, Darkiplier. It's a Septiceye, Mark Jack. What the hell? Okay, let's read this. Adorable. Hey guys, it's me, Doko, and welcome to the new story. I'm so excited. Okay, the pain. It was, okay, I know I was going to say Sheen at one point. Sean. I was in the kitchen making dinner for my boyfriend Alex. Okay, I should mention this now. He abuses me a lot, like all the time. Sometimes he would be very nice to me, then not soon after he treats me like garbage. It's not physical abuse, it's emotional and sexual abuse. I hate being with him. I'm in constant pain and fear. He was in a bad mood, so I was making dinner. I was very shaky. I was trying to put the steak I cooked onto a plate, but my freaking hands were so shaky I dropped the plate and shattered it on the floor, along with a piece of steak. I froze, I was petrified. What the freak was that? I heard from the living room.
What kind of chicken are we making today, Boogie Butt? What kind of chicken you want?
Sorry guys, I'm back. What the freak was that? I heard the living room. Alex stopped in the kitchen with anger. On his expression, he began shaking and tearing up. But baby, I'm sorry, I said backing away. He stomped forward, smacking me across the face. I fell onto the floor. I started crying. What the hell is wrong with you? You klutz, he yells. As he began to kick me hard in the stomach, I was sobbing very loudly and screaming. He grabbed me by the hair and dragged me to the bedroom. Baby, that hurts. Please stop. I sobbed as he threw me onto the bed, stripped me, and tied my hands and feet to the bed. I was lying on my stomach. Please don't, I whimpered as he grabbed his belt. He took it off completely and began spanking me very hard with it. I cried and screamed. I begged him to stop, but of course he didn't. After he spanked me for a while, and I was in complete pain, he pulled down his pants and lined it up with my entrance. I began to stop as he pushed it in. I woke up while I was laying on my backside. I tried to move, but there was a strong arm firmly holding me in place. I saw Alex fast asleep. I couldn't smell the alcohol in his breath, but I began to quietly sob. I'm getting out of here. Next morning, I was changing. The next morning, I was changing to a chance to stay without. Alex is in a gang, so he leaves every Friday night for a meeting. I knew it was my chance. Alex pulled me in to a side hug and kissed my forehead. I put on a fake smile. He walked outside and got on his motorcycle and kicked it into start. After he drove, I went off and packed a bag. I got all my clothes, pictures of my family, and my electronics. I looked at my dresser and saw my green eye plushie, Sam. I did double take. I can't believe I almost forgot you, Sam, I said to myself, and grabbed him and put my bag. I took out my house key and left it in the table. I called a taxi, arrived, and I got in. Where to, sir? The driver asked. I asked him to take me to the nearest hotel. He drove me to a pretty decent one. I got and gave him $10. So I only had $20 left. I walked to the hotel with my bag. How long will this let me stay here? And I showed the guy on the front desk the $20. He took out his cigarette and spoke that he had a very raspy voice. 1 day, he said. Then immediately put his cigarette back in his mouth. Only 1 day? I thought to myself. I gave him the money and headed to my room. I packed my stuff and got in my PJs. I grabbed Sam and snuggled up to the plushie. As I put on a movie, I heard my phone vibrate and my messages. Where the freak are you? Answer me. I'll freaking kill you. I'll freaking find you. I'll freaking tight your ass so hard that you won't be able to walk for a month. I blocked his number and turned off my phone. I need to find a job tomorrow. I went under the covers and closed my eyes. I'm free. See you in the next chapter. And it's so stupid. I'm free. The flyer. I woke up the next morning to the stupid alarm I didn't even remember setting. I climbed out of bed, went to take a shower, took off my clothes, and I looked at myself in the mirror. For once, I wasn't covered in bruises, and the ones that were starting to fade a bit. I smiled and got into the shower. I felt hot water on my bare body, putting me in a calm stage. I got dressed and packed my stuff, put it in my backpack, and set out. I had to find a job. I went down to the guy at the front desk who was still smoking. No surprise, I asked him where I could find a job. He pointed to a little chart on the wall. I walked over and helped water. Like, what caught my eye? I was a brightly colored and had big letters said. It said bartender needed at Paradise nightclub. I took the flyer down and read it some more. Apparently the guy who owned it is named Mark Fishback. That was supposed to be with an H, I'm pretty sure. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. And it had to be a gay bar. I headed over to the club. It was actually pretty far from the hotel, so I took a while to get there. The club looked really cool on the outside. It was made out of black material. It gave off somewhat of reflection, and written in up neon colors in the pink, you said Paradise. Just above the door, it had gotten really windy. Then I headed out, so I was really cold. I headed into the club and heard some great music. I was empty, expecting for some people who were cleaning up. I asked one where I could find Mr. Fishback. He pointed to the red door. I lightly knocked on it. Come in, a husky voice said from the other side. I slowly opened the door and walked in. The room was pretty big. It had dark red walls and only light that coming from the lamp on the desk. There was a big desk on the end of the room. In front of it were 2 leather chairs. Sitting in a large leather chair behind the desk was the only one Mark Fishback. He was gorgeous. He had chocolate brown eyes that was so easy to get lost in. He had bright red hair. He was perfectly styled. His skin was tan and looked very smooth. He had a little smirk on his face that made my knees feel weak. Hello, kitten, he said slowly. I giggled. Kitten? I asked, raising an eyebrow. He opened a drawer in his desk and pulled out a hand mirror. He smiled and passed it to me. I looked in the mirror and saw because of the window hair, I had 2 places making my head like accurate. I giggled and tried to fix it. Holy shit, this kid is cute. Keep it cool, Mark. Keep it cool. He finally fixed his hair and handed me one of my help flyers, smiling. You want to work here, kitten? I asked, smiling. He nodded happily. All right, sit in one of those chairs. I said, I can't speak that. I don't even know what that says. To one of the leather chairs. He sat down, putting his oddly large backpack on the floor. We talked for a while. I was just asking him questions I had to ask anyone who wanted to work here. He told me he had to use bathroom. I showed him where it was, and he told me he'd be back soon. I sit there, lost in thought. Why the freak is the bag so big? Why is this bothering me? I reached the bag. I pulled my hand away. No, Mark, this is wrong. After a few seconds, I couldn't take it anymore. I opened the bag and was looking through clothes, pictures, and there was an eyeball plushie. It took me a few seconds until I finally realized the situation. This is adorable. Fragile, innocent, little cutie was on the streets. I can't allow that. My apartment is pretty big, and I do have a spare bedroom. I thought to myself. I closed his bag, she came back and sat down. I knew how to ask him to stay with me. So, Jack, what's your address? So that I can mail you important things. I asked. Jack froze and sat there frowning. He looked down at his bag and began to tear up. I walked over and put a hand on his shoulder. He looked up at me. I know we just met, but I have a spare room. What the hell am I doing to myself? Would you like to stay with me? I finished. Jack smiled brightly. Really? He asked, chuckled, and I nodded. I have good feelings about this. The apartment. I was shocked, scared, confused, happy. Mark was this gorgeous man who I just met and don't even know that well. Offered to let me stay with him. Can I trust him? Will he hurt me? I guess I don't really have much of a choice here. I was overjoyed and excited. Though, don't get me wrong, I smiled. God. I have a choice here. I was overjoyed, excited, and don't get me wrong, I smiled at him. A few tears sprinkled my eyes. I nodded and smiled. Your first day starts tomorrow. He smiled and said, smiling. Mark picked up my bag for me. Let's get situated at my house. Sorry, got me peanuts. Time skip. You know, we all know what that is. Actually, I'm a huge person. Sorry. Martin lived in a huge, fancy looking apartment building. We stepped out of Mark's car. Sorry, got peanuts in between my teeth. And walked into the building. After Mark talked to the person at the front desk for a while, we headed to the elevators. We stepped inside. Mark pressed one of the buttons and started slowly dancing to the elevator music. Mark noticed and giggled. God, he's adorable. I'm so lucky. He'll be staying with me. We got to my floor and I led him to my house. We stepped inside and I switched the lights on. I looked over at Sean and saw he was looking around at my house with a fascinating expression. I guess my apartment is really big. I need to use the restroom. Just make yourself at home, kitten. I told him as I headed towards the bathroom. I splashed water on my face, headed out. I saw Sean was about to drink from a water glass. Do you like it here? I asked him. I must have scared Sean because he jumped and dropped the glass. It shattered on the floor and the water. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Sean yelled in scared expression. He got down and cleaned it up. Be careful, don't cut yourself, I exclaimed as he pulled his hand away. He pulled his hand away and jumped back. He put his hand over his head if I was going to hit him. Please don't hurt me, he said as tears ran down his face. Sean, I'm not going to hurt you, I said, as I helped him get off the ground. He looked tired, so I decided to take him to the guest room. He was shaking in my arms as I carried him. I rubbed his back and said comforting things. I walked into the room and laid Sheen on the bed. I put a blanket over him and left him to rest. Why did he think I was going to hurt him? Did someone hurt him? I have to go find out what's happening. Hope you guys liked this video. Hit that like button, subscribe button. I know that wasn't much of me doing much. Well, bye guys.